apostrophe S webcam video. You go to that channel, that YouTube channel, and there you'll see my smiling face. Numerous clips of various shows. So check that out. Anyway, like I said, yeah, I might have a surprise guest towards the end of the night. Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Gonna have to stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I just like to say, I don't know, Isaac. I heard Isaac Bonwit passed today. He died, and yeah, of all the strange places I actually heard this story, I heard it on NPR. I was taking a nap earlier in the day, and that's right. I live such a fast-paced, high-stress lifestyle. No, but so yeah, I was taking a nap during the day. I mean, yeah, it's 101 here, so you gotta take things slow and easy, man. But anyway, yeah, and I had this, clock radio by my bed, and I listen to that when I'm trying to go to sleep, because on NPR they always talk in these hushed tones all the time. Welcome to NPR. So it's very soothing while you're trying to fall asleep. But yeah, anyway, they brought up the fact that Isaac Bonwit died, and yeah, they went into a little bit of his history. How he was one of, I think, like the only person to ever have a PhD in magic, an accredited PhD. He somehow worked that out with UCLA, I believe, and like I think he got his master's degree in something, I don't know, some kind of liberal arts or something, and he wanted to major in to get his PhD, he wanted to actually major in magic. So they're all like, all right, well, you go ahead and do that, but you gotta think up all the coursework and how the program's going to be structured. So yeah, it was like they let him do it, and yeah, his PhD is actually signed by Ronald Reagan, of all people. Ronald Reagan was governor at the time that he got that PhD, and yeah, I'm not real familiar with Isaac Bonwit. The only time I had really even heard of him, I watched that guy. There's a guy named Freeman. He's into a lot of this more esoteric type stuff, and you can catch his show on oraclebroadcasting.com on Saturday nights. I believe it's 8 Central that he comes on, and I think he does a show on Revere Radio as well. But yeah, when I first started listening to him, though, he was basically just doing this cable access show out of Austin, Texas, and yeah, I don't even know how I stumbled upon him. I think at one time I was really, I was like really studying a lot of Buddhism, and this Chinese chick told me that I should look up, try to do some research on Agartha and Shambhala. And I've actually brought that up in the show several times. That's where I started learning. Anyway, I started reading about this Agartha and Shambhala, these supposedly two subterranean civilizations. And yeah, they're all a part of Buddhist cosmology. Buddhists, or most Buddhists, I guess, really believe these underground civilizations exist. And furthermore, the more I was studying this kind of stuff, I was studying some Hinduism as well, just some Hindu cosmology, because Buddhism and Hinduism are pretty closely linked. And yeah, anyway, I kept coming across these creatures, especially like when I started reading about these the legends of these subterranean cities. That's when I started coming across these creatures called Nagas, and the lizard people, and or as we know them, are Reptilians or Reptoids. And it's I think I had heard these legends and stories before, but I really started getting into the research then. And I remembered, like, I think there was that show when I was a kid, Land of the Lost or something like that. They had like a reptoid guy. He was always he was a very conniving uh, sh- shyster, if you will. You couldn't trust him. He was always up to no good. But he was really crafty reptilian. But anyway, that was yeah. So that was the only thing I really knew about him. And then I started coming across the stuff in Buddhist and Hindu cosmology about these nagas, reptoids. And that sort of, I was just sort of reflecting on this earlier tonight. I was talking with somebody about, we were talking about how we stumbled into this arena, and one guy was mentioning Alex Jones, and another guy was mentioning, was it Russo, Paul Russo, I think that's his name. Yeah, the guy who wrote Freedom to Fascism. Yeah, Freedom to Fascism, Russo. And yeah, and me of all people, it was David Icke. I think what really started lead me down this path. Because, like I said, I was doing all the research I could find on it at one point. And on Agartha, Shambhala, and these Nagas. And needless to say, you do web searches on that kind of stuff long enough, and David Icke's name is going to pop up. So I started watching a lot of his stuff and on the internet, and which that ultimately led to Freeman as well. Just because he's brought up the Naga, the search for lizard people, doing research on lizard people sort of led to Freeman, just because the topics come up in his show a couple times. So I think that's how I kept seeing his videos from that cable access show down in Austin, Texas, pop up on the search screen. And for a long time, I had never even checked him out. I just thought, oh, look at that hippie, But I mean, I can't really talk. But I don't know. No, I just it didn't really pique my interest that much. And then I think one day I was bored out of my mind, and I started listening to his show, and I was like, whoa, this guy's right up my alley. So, but. Anyway, so David Bonwit, may you rest in peace. So, yeah, I'm just gonna jump right back into these occult teachings, esoteric orders, and their occult teachings. Um, let's see, where did I leave off yesterday? Though I think I was talking about, their apprenticeship pro. Approach there is in Western true Western occultism. It's almost an Eastern type thing where it's like a mentor protege type relationship, Batman and Robin, if you will, but not as gay. Well, I guess sometimes it can get pretty gay, but it doesn't always have to be gay. But yeah, it's anyway. Yeah, and that's sort of how this knowledge is passed on, in the purest occult sense. A lot of people, want donations and want to be supported and blah 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 and whatnot by their followers, but any occultist, any master occultist worth his salt, will have his own income flowing in. And as a matter of fact, that's actually in some of these more elite esoteric schools, that's one of the requirements. You have to actually have a source of income flowing in, and it has to sort of meet with their standards. I guess you have to, be of a certain. You have to be at a certain rung on the socioeconomic ladder to join these certain organizations, and you have to have a pedigree as well. And so, and then it takes on like I said, protege, mentor type relationship. Basically, working for your for the adept. The apprentice works for the adept, just doing basic stuff, and it's a process of years and years and years that the protege is taught over the period, like I said, of years and years, decades even. It can be decades. So it's not like you go to the local charlatan guru and give me your $5 donation or whatever, and within a year and a half, you're called Mr. Enlightened Guy, whatever. But all right, but yeah. So I guess that's enough of an introduction. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in.